Tomorrow, Governor Polis will present 5 Coloradans with his highest civic honor, the Governor's Citizenship Medals, which is nominated after the Presidential Medal of Freedom. It's modeled after that. This week, I had the privilege of meeting 2 of the women who will be honored this year. One of them, Lauren Young Castile, is receiving the Public and Community Service Medal. Her involvement in Denver actually started in the media. I found this fascinating. She hosted community affairs shows on Channel 2 back in the 70s. You were perhaps still a bit of a newcomer to the city. So what did you learn about Denver, and maybe how would that part of your career shape where you went from there?
You know, there are a lot of threads that continue from that time. The shows that I hosted, one was called Black Spectrum Catch 2, and then I also was the alternate host for a daily show called Denver Now. I really believe in telling people's stories and listening to people's stories, that is what makes our society.
How does a person become a good citizen?
I think it's about involvement. It goes back to that theme of philanthropy and being love of humankind. It is oftentimes the small gestures that one makes. One of my neighbors drives migrants who have come into the city. That is philanthropy. That is being a good member, community member of our state.
Now, Castile also gives a lot of credit to other people, and especially women, who lifted her at times in her life. One of them is her friend and another medal recipient, Carlotta Walls-Lanier, who's receiving this year's Vanguard Legacy Medal for a lifetime of work. She was one of the Little Rock 9. They were 9 black students who enrolled in a formerly all-white school in Arkansas in 1957 after Brown versus Board of Education. The president at the time had to send in the National Guard to protect their right to an education. She's been passionate about education ever since moving to Colorado for college in the 60s. What did you see here in Colorado and in Denver?
I saw opportunities. I saw the opportunity to do whatever you wanted to do as long as you put the work in.
What is a message to young people who are growing up in such a different environment nowadays?
I want them to take every opportunity that they can. I want them first to get the best education available, take that and that dream, whatever that dream might be, and build upon it. And with that, you will find that you will be developing yourself and those around you, and you will then have others to follow in your footsteps, whatever that might be.
Yeah, talk about women who have inspired others to follow in their footsteps and paved the way for all of us to continue to hopefully live up to their mission and their work. The Governor's Citizenship Medals will be awarded tomorrow. Other recipients this year are Osvaldo Garcia Barron, who we introduced you to yesterday, John Street, Rob Perlman, and John Fielder, who will be honored posthumously.